Budgetary.
Budgetary.
Budgie.
Budgie.
Buff.
Buff.
Sandra was buffing her nails.
Smith buffed up for his role as Muhammad Ali. Buff envelopes.
He's so buff. Buffalo. Buffalo.
Buffer.
Buffer.
Eastern Europe was important to Russia as a buffer against the West.
She often had to act as a buffer between father and son.
Consumer spending is buffering the effects of the recession.
Buffet.
Buffet.
A cold buffet.
The price includes morning coffee, buffet lunch and afternoon tea. The price includes morning coffee, buffet lunch and afternoon tea.
London was buffeted by storms last night.
High winds buffeted the region.
Buffet car.
Buffet car.
Buffoon.
Buffoon.
Bug.
Bug.
I picked up a bug last weekend.
There's a nasty bug going round. He's off work with a stomach bug.
A 24-hour flu bug.
A bug in the software.
She's got the travel bug.
I had one flying lesson and immediately caught the bug. It just bugs me that I have to work so many extra hours for no extra money.
The baby's crying is really bugging him.
Do you think the room is bugged?
Bugaboo.
Bugaboo.
Bugbear.
Bugbear.
Paperwork is our worst bugbear.
Bug-eyed.
Bug-eyed.
Bugger.
Bugger.
Buggered.
Buggered.
Buggery.
Buggery.
Buggy.
Buggy.
Bugle.
Bugle.
Build.
Build.
The purpose is to build new houses for local people.
The road took many years to build. The road took many years to build.
They needed $3 million to build the bridge.
It is the female birds that build the nests.
Developers want to build on the site of the old gasworks. Developers want to build on the site of the old gasworks.
A row of recently built houses. A row of recently built houses.
He's going to build the children a doll's house.
She had built up a reputation as a criminal lawyer. She's been busy building her career.
Ross took 20 years to build up his business.
We're trying to build up a picture of what happened.
The church was built of brick.
Tension began to build, as they argued more frequently.
In order to build your self-esteem, set yourself targets you can reach.
Peter needs to try and build bridges with Lizzie.
Successful businesses are built around good personal relationships. You could build in a wardrobe with mirrored doors.
There are 3 cash machines built into the wall.
Opportunities for reviewing the timings should be built into the plan.
Our relationship is built on trust. The new plan will build on the success of the previous program. The new plan will build on the success of the previous program. We're planning to build on a conservatory.
The rate at which the pension builds up.
The museum has built up a fine art collection.
He's built up the family firm into a multinational company.
If you don't express your feelings, frustration and anger can build up.
You have to build up trust. Taking exercise will build up your strength.
The coach has been building his men up before the match.
Don't build your hopes up too much.
I could tell she was building up to some kind of announcement.
A woman of slim build.
You're a surprisingly strong swimmer for one of such a slight build.
I wanted a more athletic and muscular build.
You're a surprisingly strong swimmer for one of such a slight build.
I wanted a more athletic and muscular build. I wanted a more athletic and muscular build.
Builder.
Builder.
Building.
Building.
The offices are on the top 2 floors of the building. A farmhouse and other farm buildings.
There is a limited supply of land for building.
Stone, timber and other building materials. The inquiry recommended the building of a tunnel.
Building block.
Building block.
Amino acids are the building blocks of protein.
Building contractor.
Building contractor.
Building site.
Building site.
Building society.
Building society. Build up.
Build up.
A heavy build-up of traffic on the motorway. The presenter gave her a big build-up. I was running 20 miles a week in my build-up for the race. I was running 20 miles a week in my build-up for the race.
Built.
Built.
She is built like a dancer.
A heavily built man.
Built environment.
Built environment.
Built in.
Built in. A built-in microphone.
Built up.
Built up. He was fined for speeding in a built-up area.
Bulb.
Bulb.
A 100-watt bulb. Tulip bulbs.
Bulbous.
Bulbous.
The snows. The snows.
Bulge.
Bulge.
The gun made a bulge under his jacket.
A bulge in the birth rate.
His pockets were bulging with candy.
He fell heavily to the floor, his eyes bulging wide with fear.
Bulimia.
Bulimia.
Bulk.
Bulk.
The bulk of consumers are based in towns.
The great bulk of a building.
The dough will rise until it's double in bulk.
Bulk flour for commercial bakeries. We can bulk out the report with lots of diagrams.
Bulkhead.
Bulkhead.
Bulky.
Bulky.
A bulky parcel.
Andrew is a bulky man.
Bull.
Bull.
A herd of cows with one bull.
Nora decided to take the bull by the horns and organize things for herself.
What a load of bull.
Bull. Where did you get that idea?
Bull bars.
Bull bars.
Bull-barred vehicles.
Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Bulldog clip.
Bulldog clip.
Bulldoze.
Bulldoze.
Bulldozer.
Bulldozer.
Bullet.
Bullet.
He was killed by a single bullet.
A bullet wound in the shoulder.
Several bullet holes could be seen beside a window.
Bulletin.
Bulletin.
Bulletin board.
Bulletin board.
Bullet point. Bullet point.
Bulletproof.
Bulletproof.
An inch thick wall of bulletproof glass.
Bullet train.
Bullet train.
Bullfight.
Bullfight.
Bullfinch.
Bullfinch.
Bullfrog.
Bullfrog.
Bull-headed.
Bull-headed.
Bullhorn.
Bullhorn.
Bullion.
Bullion.
Gold bullion.
Bullish.
Bullish.
He's very bullish about the company's prospects.
Bull market.
Bull market.
Bull-necked.
Bull-necked.
Bullock.
Bullock.
Bullpen.
Bullpen.
Bullring.
Bullring.
Bull session.
Bull session.
An all-night bull session.
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bull terrier.
Bull terrier.
Bully.
Bully.
Bullies are often cowards.
Don't let them bully you into working on Saturdays.
An attempt to tackle the problem of bullying in schools. An attempt to tackle the problem of bullying in schools. Yes, I know you've done all the dishes. Bully for you.
Bully boy.
Bully boy.
Bulrush.
Bulrush.
Bulwark.
Bulwark.
A bulwark against dictatorship.
Bum.
Bum.
She's the kind of star who will put bums on seats.
She bummed a little cash off me.
He spent a year bumming around Australia.
The orchestra was excellent. No one played a bum note.
Jim got a bum deal.
Bum bag.
Bum bag.
Bumble.
Bumble.
What was Carl bumbling on about?
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Bumbling.
Bumbling.
A kind bumbling man with a gentle smile.
Bumph.
Bumph.
I got loads of bump about the introduction of the euro.
Bummer.
Bummer.
It was a real bummer being ill on holiday. It was a real bummer being ill on holiday.
Bump.
Bump.
I ran after him, bumping against people in my hurry.
Tim was a clumsy boy, always bumping into the furniture.
She bumped her arm on the table. The roof was so low he bumped his head.
A police car bumped down the track.
The plane was bumping along the runway. Flora was bumping her bags down the steps.
The flight was overbooked, and Dad was the first one to be bumped.
The reforms bumped many families off the state-provided healthcare list. The reforms bumped many families off the state-provided healthcare list.
Married with children will be bumped from Sundays to Saturdays.
I bumped into Jean in town.
Prices were bumped up by 10% last week.
She has a bump on the back of her head.
He had a few injuries, mostly bumps and bruises.
The car hit a bump on the road.
We heard a bump in the next room.
Rose fell, landing with a bump.
Bumper.
Bumper. Bumper.
We hope readers will enjoy this bumper issue of Homes and Gardens.
Bumper car.
Bumper car.
Bumper sticker.
Bumper sticker.
Bumph.
Bump.
Bumpkin.
Bumpkin.
Bump and grind. Bump and grind.
Bumptious.
Bumptious.
Bumpy.
Bumpy.
A bumpy road.
The ground is bumpy in places.
The plane made a bumpy landing.
Shareholders have had a bumpy ride.
Bun.
Bun.
A sticky bun.
A hamburger bun.
Bunch.
Bunch.
I'll send her a bunch of flowers.
He had a bunch of keys on his belt.
A bunch of grapes.
The ancient Egyptians were a clever bunch.
A friendly bunch of people.
There's a whole bunch of places I want to visit.
Bundle.
Bundle.
Bundles of newspapers.
A small bundle containing mostly clothing. Bundles of data.
College evening classes cost a bundle.
A company can make a bundle by selling unwanted property. Being a teenager isn't a bundle of laughs. Jim never drank, and certainly didn't go a bundle on gambling. They bundled Perez into the car and drove off. 6 of us bundled into a taxi.
Microsoft can bundle Windows Vista at discounted prices with its popular desktop application programs. Microsoft can bundle Windows Vista at discounted prices with its popular desktop application programs.
The company offered customers a single computer solution, bundling together hardware and software.
Bundle up the newspapers and take them to the skip. Bundle up the newspapers and take them to the skip.
The lawsuit bundles together the claims of many individuals into one big case. The lawsuit bundles together the claims of many individuals into one big case.
People sat bundled up in scarves, coats and boots.
Spectators bundled up against the cold.
Bundler.
Bundler.
Bun fight.
Bun fight. There was a bun fight over who should pay for the damage. The rugby club is planning a bun fight.
Bung.
Bung.
Can you bung these clothes in the washing machine?
Bungalow.
Bungalow.
Bungee jumping.
Bungee jumping.
Bungle.
Bungle.
The whole police operation was bungled.
A bungled rescue attempt.
Bunion.
Bunion.
Bunk.
Bunk.
What a load of bunk.
You can bunk down on the sofa for tonight.
John and I used to bunk off school.
Bunker.
Bunker.
Bunker buster. Bunker buster.
Bunkhouse.
Bunkhouse.
Bunkum.
Bunkum.
Bunny.
Bunny.
Bunny boiler. Bunny boiler.
Bunny slope.
Bunny slope.
Bunraku. Bunraku.
Bunsen burner.
Bunsen burner.
Bunt.
Bunt.
Bunting.
Bunting.
Boy.
Buoy. Buoy.
The party is buoyed up by the latest opinion poll results. The party is buoyed up by the latest opinion poll results.
Increased demand for computers buoyed their profits. Increased demand for computers buoyed their profits. Buoyancy.
Buoyancy.
Salt water has more buoyancy than fresh water.
Buoyant.
Buoyant.
Phil was in a buoyant mood.
A buoyant economy.
Cork is very buoyant.
Burr.
Burr.
Burble.
Burble.
I had to listen for an hour while she burbled away.
Burbs.
Burbs.
Burden.
Burden.
His family responsibilities had started to become a burden.
The burden of taxation has risen considerably.
I don't like being a burden on other people.
If things go wrong, he will bear the burden of guilt.
A company burdened with debt.
Burdensome.
Burdensome.
These charges are particularly burdensome for poor parents.
Bureau.
Bureau.
Unemployment Bureau.
The Citizens Advice Bureau.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The London Bureau of the Washington Post.
Bureau. Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
The reduction of unnecessary bureaucracy.
Bureaucrat.
Bureaucrat.
Bureaucratic.
Bureaucratic.
Bureau de change.
Bureau de change.
Burette.
Burette.
Burgeon.
Burgeon.
The burgeoning market for digital cameras.
Burger.
Burger.
Borough.
Berg.
Burger.
Burger.
Burglar.
Burglar.
Burglar alarm.
Burglar alarm.
Burglarize.
Burglarize.
Burglary.
Burglary.
Burglaries have risen by 5%.
He was charged with burglary.
Most burglaries happen at night.
Burgle.
Burgle.
We've been burgled 3 times.
Burgundy.
Burgundy.
A burgundy skirt.
Burial.
Burial.
The burial of solid waste.
Burqa.
Burqa.
Burlap.
Burlap.
Burlesque.
Burlesque.
Burly.
Burly.
A burly policeman.
Burn.
Burn.
There was a fire burning in the fireplace.
An average household candle will burn for about 6 hours.
Parts of the building are still burning.
I burnt all his old letters.
Cars were burnt and shops were looted during the rioting.
The Grand Hotel had burnt to the ground.
Make sure the iron isn't too hot or you'll burn the cloth. He dropped his cigarette and burnt a hole in the carpet.
I burned my hand on the oven door. I burned my hand on the oven door. She was badly burned in a road accident.
16 passengers were burned to death.
A family of 5 were burned alive in their home last night.
Heretics were burnt at the stake. Heretics were burnt at the stake.
I burn quite easily.
Don't forget you can still get burnt when you're swimming or when it's cloudy. Her face and neck were quite badly burned. Her face and neck were quite badly burned.
I'm afraid I've burnt the pizza.
The meat was burned to a crisp.
Quite a lot of household chemicals can burn your skin.
The boiler burns oil to produce heat. The boiler burns oil to produce heat.
Greenhouse gases caused by the burning of fossil fuels. Greenhouse gases caused by the burning of fossil fuels.
Taking a brisk walk every morning is a great way to burn calories.
A fat-burning exercise.
A lamp was burning in the kitchen window.
The hall light was still burning.
The whiskey burned my throat as it went down.
My eyes were burning from the smoke.
I could feel my cheeks burning as I spoke.
She was burning with curiosity.
I was burning to know how he had got on in New York.
Take things slowly, don't get burned again.
The company got badly burned in the dot-com collapse.
I tried a dating agency once, but got my fingers badly burnt. I'll never do it again.
I'm really tempted to take up that job offer in Washington, but I don't want to burn my boats with this company.
Really burns me the way they treat us.
A sports car burning up the motorway.
All her hair had been burnt away.
She was worried that the house might burn down while they were away.
The old town hall was burnt down in the 1970s.
You can use a blow lamp to burn off the old paint.
I decided to go for a run to try and burn off a few calories.
He left the fire to burn itself out.
The hotel was completely burnt out. Only the walls remained.
We passed several burnt-out cars.
The cancer cells are burnt out using a laser beam.
It's a high-pressure job, and you could burn out young.
He was almost burnt out by the time he was 21.
She's in danger of burning herself out.
The plugs are wired so that if one burns out, the others will still start the engine. The plugs are wired so that if one burns out, the others will still start the engine.
I think you've burnt out one of the gaskets.
The satellite will burn up as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere.
Most of the woodland has now been burnt up.
Most household appliances burn up loads of electricity. Most household appliances burn up loads of electricity.
He just burns up money.
Feel his forehead. He's burning up.
The way he treats her really burns me up.
As we get older, our body becomes less efficient at burning up calories.
His body was covered in cigarette burns.
She was taken to the hospital with serious burns.
Several of the survivors suffered severe burns.
She is being treated for minor burns.
The desk was covered with graffiti and burn marks.
Go for the burn.